They thought she was weak. At Westbridge University, everyone knew Ariana Cole, but not for the reasons she deserved. She was quiet, brilliant, black, and in a campus that pretended to be progressive, those three things made her easy to overlook. Ariana sat in the front row of advanced engineering systems, taking notes with a precision that bordered on artistry. Her GPA was flawless, her projects innovative, and her professors quietly impressed. But most of her classmates didn't see that. They saw a reserved girl who didn't compete for attention, and some people mistake silence for softness. One of those people was Liam Whitaker. Tall, confident, and raised in privilege, Liam carried himself like he was already successful. He was the type who spoke loudly in group discussions, cut others off, and always made sure his ideas were heard, even when they weren't the best ones. From the first group project of the semester, Liam made one thing clear: he didn't believe Ariana belonged at the top. When they were paired together for a high-stakes design challenge, he barely looked at her. "Just handle the data entry," he said casually. "I'll do the real engineering." Ariana didn't argue. She just nodded. And that confused him, because people he underestimated usually tried to prove themselves. She didn't. She waited. For weeks, Liam treated Ariana like an assistant. He ignored her suggestions, dismissed her calculations, and took credit for her improvements without acknowledging her. When she corrected him, he smirked. "You're wrong," he'd say. Even when she wasn't. By the time midterms came, their project was unstable. Liam had forced a flawed design through, confident it would pass because he believed he could talk his way through anything. Ariana knew it would fail, she told him. He laughed. "You worry too much." The day of the presentation arrived. The entire department was there. Professors, industry guests, students. Liam spoke first, confident and polished. Then the test ran, and everything went wrong. The system crashed, data collapsed, the model failed in front of everyone. A murmur swept through the room. Liam turned to Ariana, his eyes sharp. "What did you do?" Ariana stood slowly. "I warned you," she said calmly. "Your design couldn't handle the load. I gave you the corrected model." Liam snapped. "You're lying." Professor Hayes stepped forward. "She's not," he said quietly. "I saw her work." The room went still. For the first time, Liam realized he wasn't in control of the story. And he didn't take it well. After the presentation, he confronted Ariana outside the lab. "You humiliated me," he hissed. "You humiliated yourself," she replied, voice steady. Something in him broke. He stepped too close. People were watching. He wanted to scare her, to remind her who had power. He shoved her, not hard, but deliberate. The crowd gasped. Ariana didn't fall. She stepped back, and then forward. In one swift, controlled motion, she used what she had learned from years of self-defense training, something Liam had no idea about, to stop him. Not with rage, with precision. He found himself off balance, restrained, and suddenly very aware of how powerless he was. Campus security rushed in. Students filmed. The truth spread. Liam was escorted away. Ariana stood there, breathing slowly, hands shaking, not from fear, but from adrenaline. She hadn't wanted it to go this far. But she refused to be treated as small. The university launched an investigation, not just into the incident, into everything. Liam's pattern of behavior, his dismissive treatment of classmates, the way he used confidence as a weapon. Ariana, for the first time, was heard, not as a victim, as a force. Liam was suspended. Ariana's work was recognized, and the campus changed, slowly but visibly. People started paying attention to the quiet ones, because sometimes the most underestimated person in the room is the one who holds the most power. When the silence breaks. Ariana didn't sleep that night, not because she was afraid of what she had done, but because of what it meant. By morning, her name was everywhere. Not on social media the way celebrities trend, but in the quiet, unsettling way people talk when they don't know what side of a story to believe. Some said she had overreacted. Some said Liam deserved it. Some said the truth was somewhere in between. Ariana didn't explain herself. She went to class. And suddenly people noticed her. Not just as the girl in the front row, but as the one who had stood her ground. The university's disciplinary board called both her and Liam in. Not together. Separate rooms. Separate versions of the same story. Liam claimed he felt threatened. That made Ariana laugh quietly when she heard it. Threatened by someone he had dismissed for months. Threatened by someone he thought was invisible. The panel listened. They reviewed footage. They saw how he had shoved her first. They saw how she had responded not with chaos, but with control. The outcome didn't satisfy everyone, but it told the truth. Liam's suspension became official. Ariana's record stayed clean. Still, something had changed. Professors now asked her opinion first. Students sought her help. Whispers followed her down hallways. Not all of them kind. Being visible comes with a cost. One afternoon, Ariana found a note in her locker. "You think you're tough now?" She stared at it for a long time. Not scared. Just tired. Because strength doesn't feel heroic when you have to keep proving it. Liam's fall. Liam went home. To a house that had never heard the word no. His parents were furious. Not at him, but at the university. They hired lawyers. They made calls. They tried to make it go away. But this wasn't a private mess. It was public. And the more they pushed, the more the story spread. People began sharing their own experiences with him. How he belittled them, took credit for their work, dismissed their ideas. A pattern formed. And patterns don't disappear with money. Liam felt something he had never felt before. Small. Not because Ariana had beaten him, but because the world no longer believed him. Ariana's rise. Ariana was invited to join a research team normally reserved for top seniors. She was only in her second year. Her work spoke, but so did her resilience. One professor told her, "You don't just solve problems, you survive them." Still, she struggled with something she couldn't name. Was she respected or feared? She didn't want to be known for conflict. She wanted to be known for excellence, so she focused harder, built more, learned more. Until one day, a freshman approached her. "I'm glad you stood up," the girl said. "I didn't think people like us were allowed to." That was when Ariana understood something. Her moment hadn't just changed her life. It had changed what other people thought was possible. When power notices you, fame is a strange thing. Ariana didn't ask for it, but it followed her anyway. Students she had never met smiled at her in the hallway. Some looked inspired. Others looked uncomfortable. A few looked angry, as if her courage had exposed something in them they didn't want to face. But the university noticed too. One morning, Ariana received an email from the Office of Student Leadership. They wanted her to join a panel on campus equality. She almost declined. Not because she was afraid, but because she didn't want to become a symbol instead of a student. Still, she went. The auditorium was packed. Ariana spoke about something simple but powerful. What it feels like to be underestimated in a room where your intelligence should be all that matters. The silence afterward was heavy, not awkward, honest. After the event, donors began calling the university. So did organizations. Some wanted to support her. Others wanted to silence the conversation. Change makes people uncomfortable. Meanwhile, Liam was unraveling. Without classes, without friends, without the future he assumed he owned, he drifted. His anger turned inward. He blamed Ariana. He blamed the university. He blamed everyone except himself. But anger has a way of becoming lonely. One evening, he sat alone in his parents' living room watching a clip of Ariana speaking. She looked calm, strong, not at all like the image he had painted of her. For the first time, a question crossed his mind. What if I was wrong? Ariana faces a new kind of pressure. Ariana's research caught the attention of a major tech firm. They offered her an internship that could change her career forever. But there was a condition. They wanted her to avoid public activism. Focus on your work, they said. Don't become controversial. Ariana stared at the contract for a long time. Opportunity was knocking. So was her conscience. She signed, but not the silence. She kept speaking, and just like that, the offer disappeared. Some doors only open if you close your mouth. Ariana chose to keep hers open. The unexpected apology. Months later, Ariana received a message she never expected. From Liam. It wasn't long, it wasn't polished. It was honest. I don't know how to fix what I did, but I know I was wrong. And I'm sorry. She read it twice. Did she forgive him? Not yet, but something loosened in her chest. Because accountability is the first crack in any wall. When the past knocks. Ariana won the fellowship. The email came early in the morning, quiet and simple, like it didn't understand how much it meant. She stared at the screen for a long time before letting herself breathe. This wasn't just about research. It was about being seen for her mind, not her moment. She called her mother first, then Professor Hayes. Then she sat on her bed and cried in a way that felt like relief instead of pain. But even good news carries shadows, because success invites attention, and not all attention is kind. The confrontation. One evening, as Ariana was leaving the library, she noticed someone standing near the entrance. Liam. He looked different, thinner, quieter, less certain of the world. He didn't approach her. He waited. She could have walked away, but she didn't. They stood facing each other under the campus lights, both carrying years of unspoken weight. I didn't come to defend myself, he said. I came to tell you I'm trying to become someone better than the person who hurt you. Ariana studied him. Why now? Because I realized something, he said. I wasn't afraid of you. I was afraid of what you showed me about myself. The words hit harder than anger ever could. I don't know if I can forgive you, Ariana said. I don't expect you to. But something in his voice wasn't demanding. It was broken and real. Ariana's choice. That night, Ariana wrote in her journal, not about Liam, about herself, about how strength isn't just standing up, it's choosing what kind of person you become after. She didn't know if she would ever trust him, but she knew she didn't want to carry hate forever. And that was its own kind of freedom. The campus shifts. The blog attacking her lost momentum. Too many people knew her now. Too many had seen her work. The narrative changed, and Westbridge University quietly changed with it. New policies, new training, new conversations. Not perfect, but better. What grows after the storm? Ariana's fellowship took her into a new world. New laboratories, new minds, new expectations. She was no longer just a student at Westbridge. She was part of a national research initiative focused on sustainable engineering. Her ideas were being taken seriously by people who built cities, not just models. And for the first time, she realized how far her voice could reach. But with growth came isolation. The higher she climbed, the fewer people understood where she came from. Late nights in sterile labs replaced noisy dorms. Emails replaced laughter. Achievement replaced rest. She began to feel something strange. Lonely. Liam's parallel path. Across the state, Liam enrolled in community college under a different name. No one there knew his history. He kept his head down, studied hard, volunteered at a shelter on weekends. It wasn't redemption, it was rebuilding. Some days guilt crushed him. Other days purpose lifted him. He started tutoring kids who struggled in school, kids who reminded him of the arrogance he once carried. And for the first time, helping others felt better than proving himself. Ariana faces a new test. During a high-profile research presentation, Ariana noticed something unsettling. A senior scientist had subtly credited her work to someone else. Not loudly, quietly. The room didn't catch it, but she did. Old feelings stirred, being erased, being underestimated. This time she didn't shrink. She corrected him, calmly, clearly, in front of everyone. The room shifted. Afterward, a young woman pulled her aside. "I've never seen anyone do that without apologizing first," she said. Ariana smiled. "Neither had I." The unexpected message. Months later, Ariana received another letter from Liam. Short, honest. "I don't expect anything. I just wanted you to know your courage taught me how to be accountable." She folded it carefully, not because she owed him forgiveness, but because his growth mattered. The bigger picture. Ariana began speaking at conferences, not about the fight, but about resilience in hostile spaces. Her words carried weight because they came from experience, not theory. People listened. Doors opened. And slowly, a girl once underestimated became a voice that reshaped rooms. The moment that defines everything. Ariana's name began to appear in places she never imagined. Scientific journals, innovation panels, leadership forums. But none of it felt as powerful as the messages she received from students who said, "You made me believe I belong." That was the real impact. Still, with influence came resistance. A tech corporation approached her with a massive funding offer. They wanted her designs for a project that would reshape urban infrastructure. It was the kind of opportunity that could secure her future forever. Then she read the fine print. The company was known for exploiting low-income neighborhoods, building structures that looked impressive but displaced entire communities. They wanted her brilliance, not her conscience. Ariana declined. People told her she was crazy, but something inside her had been forged in fire. She could no longer pretend that success without integrity was victory. Meanwhile, Liam continued working quietly in the background of his own life. He completed his degree, took responsibility for who he had been, built something new with his hands and his heart. One afternoon, Ariana received an invitation she didn't expect. A university across the country was hosting a summit on ethics, power, and education. They wanted both her and Liam to speak. Not as enemies, as a case study in transformation. She hesitated, then she agreed. On stage, the two of them stood in front of a packed audience, not to argue, to tell the truth. Liam spoke about arrogance and blindness. Ariana spoke about dignity and strength. Together, they showed that accountability could exist alongside courage. By the end, the room wasn't applauding them, it was thinking. And that was far more dangerous to injustice than noise ever could be. As Ariana walked off stage, she finally understood something. Her story had never been about proving anyone wrong. It was about proving herself right. After the applause, the summit ended. But its impact did not. Emails flooded in. Invitations followed. Ariana was asked to advise universities, review programs, and help design safer learning environments. What began as a single moment of resistance had grown into a movement for respect and equity in education. But leadership came with an invisible weight. Every word she spoke was analyzed, every decision judged. People didn't just see Ariana anymore. They saw what she represented, and that was exhausting. One evening, alone in her hotel room after another conference, Ariana stared out the window at a city glowing with opportunity. She had everything she once wanted. Yet something felt missing. Not success, connection. Meanwhile, Liam returned home from the summit changed. For the first time, he had told his story publicly without hiding or excusing it. The relief was overwhelming. Owning his past gave him room to grow beyond it. He started working with a restorative justice program, helping mediate conflicts between students before they turned into something destructive. Not because he was an expert, but because he was living proof of what unchecked arrogance could become. And people listened. Ariana and Liam didn't become friends, but they became something more meaningful. Honest. They spoke occasionally, shared updates, supported each other's progress from a respectful distance. No bitterness, just accountability. One day, Ariana received a message from a first-year student. I was scared to speak in class. Now I do. Ariana smiled. Because real legacy isn't built in headlines. It's built in moments you never get to see. Becoming more than a moment. Ariana eventually returned to Westbridge, not as a student this time, as a guest speaker. The same campus that once whispered her name now filled an auditorium just to hear her speak. She stood on the stage, looking out at faces full of ambition, fear, and hope. Some of them would be underestimated. Some would be told they were too much. Some would be told they were not enough. She spoke gently. Never let someone else decide your worth. The room didn't clap right away. They listened. Afterward, a line of students waited to thank her. Some cried, some smiled. All of them felt seen. Liam was there too, sitting quietly near the back. Not for recognition, just to witness the closing of something that had started with his worst mistake. After the event, they walked across campus together for the first time. Not awkward, not tense, just honest. "I don't hate you anymore," Ariana said. Liam nodded. That means more than forgiveness. They stopped near the same place where everything had begun. But this time there was no anger, only perspective. Ariana didn't become famous. She became meaningful. She built programs, mentored students, and created spaces where voices were protected before they had to be raised. And Liam? He spent the rest of his life making sure no one else became who he once was. Because some stories don't end with revenge. They end with transformation. And that is far more powerful.